I never should have taken that road. It wasn't even on the GPS. I was supposed to be heading home after a long business trip, exhausted and desperate to shave off a few minutes from my drive. That's when I saw it. An old, cracked asphalt road cutting through the dense woods with no signs, no street lights, nothing. It was just there. My car's navigation kept recalculating, insisting I turn around and take the highway, but I ignored it. The road looked quiet, peaceful even, compared to the congested main road. I figured it was a shortcut. That was my first mistake. The trees thickened as I drove in, their twisted branches arching overhead like skeletal fingers trying to blot out the last hints of daylight. My headlights barely cut through the growing darkness. The road was narrow, barely wide enough for two cars. But I hadn't seen another vehicle since I turned in. After about 10 minutes of driving, something started to feel wrong. The air seemed heavier, almost suffocating. My ears popped like I was gaining altitude, but the road had been flat the whole way. I glanced at the time on my dashboard. 7:48 p.m. I kept driving. Then I saw it. A road sign on the side, old and rusted, the paint peeling away. It had no words, just an arrow pointing straight ahead. A chill ran through me, but I kept going. The road twisted and turned, but never forked, never branched off. I checked my GPS again. No signal, no service, just a spinning loading icon. I gripped the steering wheel tighter. This doesn't make sense. Then through the trees, I saw headlights approaching from ahead. Relief washed over me. Finally, another driver. Maybe they knew where this road led. But as the car got closer, my stomach dropped. It was called Mike Hackenroy's car. Identical, same make, same model, same color. Even the same dent on the front fender from when I hit a mailbox last winter. The driver? It was me. My breath caught in my throat. The car ahead wasn't just similar. It was exactly mine. Same scratches on the hood, same half-empty water bottle in the cup holder. And the driver. I couldn't see his face clearly through the windshield, but I knew. It was me. A surge of panic hit me like a punch to the chest. I slammed on the brakes, my tires screeching against the cracked asphalt. But the other car didn't stop. It kept coming, slow and steady, headlights glaring like twin white eyes. I threw my car into reverse, heart pounding in my ears, my hands slick with sweat. The trees blurred as I sped backward, desperate to put distance between myself and whatever the hell that thing was. And then, the road curved, leading me right back to where I started. Number? No. My foot pressed harder on the gas. I needed to get off this road. I needed an exit, a side street. Anything. But there was nothing. Just the same endless stretch of cracked pavement, the same looming trees, the same damn silence pressing in on me. Then I saw it again. The rusted sign. The same peeling paint, the same arrow pointing forward. My stomach twisted. Hadn't I passed that already? I checked my phone again. No service, no GPS, just a black screen reflecting my wide, terrified eyes. I kept driving. What else could I do? Minutes passed, maybe hours. The sky was darker now, but there was no moon, no stars, just an empty void above me. My headlights barely reached beyond the trees, as if the darkness itself was swallowing the light. And then ahead, another pair of headlights. Not the same car this time. Something older, bulkier. A truck. Its engine rumbled low and steady, like a predator waiting for the right moment to pounce. I slowed down, hesitant. Maybe this was my way out. Maybe this was someone who could help. Then I noticed something that made my blood run cold. The truck wasn't driving toward me. It was reversing. The driver's head was turned completely around, twisted at an impossible angle, staring right at me with empty, hollow eyes. And he was smiling. My hands were shaking. My foot hovered over the gas pedal, but I couldn't move. The truck kept rolling backward, its headlights flickering like dying candles. The driver, if I could even call it that, never blinked. His neck bent at that impossible angle, watching me with that hollow, stretched-out grin. Then the truck's reverse lights disappeared. Not because they turned off, because the whole truck vanished. 1 second it was there, coming toward me in reverse. And the next, gone, like it had never been there at all. I gasped for air, my chest heaving. This isn't real. It can't be real. But the road didn't care what I believed. Something flickered in my rearview mirror. A shadow, tall, thin, shifting unnaturally at the edges of my vision. I gasped for air, my chest heaving. This isn't real. It can't be real. But the road didn't care what I believed. Something flickered in my rearview mirror. A shadow, tall, thin, shifting unnaturally at the edges of my vision. I turned around fast, expecting to see something standing in the road. Nothing. I checked the mirror again. It was closer. A shape, just barely human, standing in the middle of the road behind my car. No face. Just a gaping black void where its eyes should have been. I slammed my foot on the gas. I wasn't staying to find out what it wanted. My car roared forward, tires squealing as I sped down the endless road. Trees blurred past me, their twisted branches reaching for my windows. I gripped the wheel so hard my knuckles turned white. The headlights ahead flickered back to life. The truck. Only this time, it was right in front of me. No time to stop. No time to think. Impact. The world exploded into chaos. Metal crunching, glass shattering. My body thrown forward as my car smashed into the back of the truck at full speed. I felt the seatbelt dig into my chest, the airbags slamming into my face, everything spinning. Then silence. I groaned, my head throbbing. My car had stopped. Somehow, I was still alive. But when I looked up, my stomach dropped into a pit of ice. I was right back where I started. Same road, same trees, same damn rusted sign pointing forward. And standing in the middle of the road, right in front of my car, was me. I couldn't breathe. The figure standing in front of my car was me. Same clothes, same terrified expression, same cut on my forehead from the crash that had somehow reset itself. Number. This isn't real. This can't be real. I gripped the steering wheel so hard my fingers ached. My twin, or whatever it was, tilted its head, studying me like a reflection that wasn't quite right. Then, without moving its lips, I heard my own voice. You can't leave. The words weren't spoken. They just appeared. In my head, heavy and cold, like a lead weight pressing against my skull. I threw the car into reverse. I had to get away. My tires spun against the cracked asphalt, but instead of moving backward, the car jerked forward, like some invisible force was dragging me toward it. My double took a step closer. You're part of the road now. Number. No. I fumbled for the door handle, ready to run, but the locks clicked down on their own. My headlights flickered, the dashboard lights dimming, like the car itself was losing power. And then I noticed something that made my blood turn to ice. My hands. They weren't on the wheel anymore. But the car was still moving. I looked down, The hands gripping the wheel weren't mine. They were someone else's. Long fingers, too many joints. The skin stretched thin over knuckles that cracked and bent in ways that weren't human. I tried to scream, but my voice didn't come out. My double was now right at the hood of my car, staring at me with hollow, bottomless eyes. The kind of darkness that felt alive. It leaned down, placing its hands against the glass. Your turn. Then it smiled. The world flipped. Darkness swallowed me whole, the road vanishing beneath me, my body sinking into something endless cold, suffocating. And then suddenly I was standing in the middle of the road. My car was gone. My body felt wrong, like my skin wasn't my own. And then I saw it. Headlights in the distance, approaching fast. A car. My car. And inside, gripping the steering wheel with white-knuckle terror, was someone else. A new driver, a new me, trapped on the road, forever.